Is Han Mone dead? Episode 4 of The Escape of the Seven, Resurrection starts with K and his minions trying hard to find Han-Na, but Do-hyuk hacks into the children's home website and sends them false pins. The police run around in circles, and the public is in uproar, but K finally finds a pin leading to his vacation home. He rushes to the location, and inside, he sees who he thinks is Lee Wiseau, but it is Do-hyuk wearing Lee Wiseau's mask. K is convinced that Lee Wiseau is back and believes there is nothing Lee Wiseau can do about it. Do-hyuk sends the police to K's location and knocks him out using gas. Meanwhile, La-hui, Juran, and Chol-woo rush to the vacation house, where they meet with Ki-tak. They are surprised to see him alive, and he says that he is back to take Tiki-taka. Ki-tak tells them their fake hero is locked inside, and the police are on their way, so they rush in to help K out. They pry the doors open just as K tells them about Lee Wiseau and Do-hyuk working together. K is furious, learning that Ki-tak is alive, but there isn't enough time to get out before the police arrive. Therefore, they fake an ambush and tell the police that Jun-suk escaped with Mone. Do-hyuk saves Han-na, and the media applaud him as a hero. He ensures everyone sees Han-na's face to protect her from K. Jin-mo rushes to see Han-na at the hospital, and his minions figure out that Do-hyuk is eager to save Han-na because she is Jun-suk's daughter, and her existence threatens his fake identity. Meanwhile, Chan-sung is in awe of Do-hyuk's plans, so he tells his assistant to back him up by plastering articles all over Save's media talking about Do-hyuk as the new hero and K as the fallen hero. At the hospital, Jin-mo confronts Do-hyuk, wanting to see Han-na, and he tells Do-hyuk not to go after K since he has become more assertive. Jin-mo's words do not faze Do-hyuk, but he is moved when Han-na runs into Jin-mo's hands after her checkup. K worries that Lee Wiseau will access Luca, so he orders it to log out of all platforms. He says that to protect Luca, he needs Save's security program, and we learn that K did not kill Mone because he needed her to get to Chan-sung. La-hui talks to Mone and figures out that her mother is the most important person in her life. The minions arrive at K's house, and he brings out Mone as a warning of what will happen if any of them try to betray him. He orders them to find Lee Wiseau, and after they leave, K and La-hui have a silent understanding of who will take the fall for him and die as Jun-suk. K releases Mone from the torture chamber and places her under La-hui with the orders to steal Save's security program. Meanwhile, he gives a reward of $10 million to anyone who finds Jun-suk. Elsewhere, Do-hyuk wonders why Medusa has not called him for a while and wonders who they are. Meanwhile, Mone's mother leaves Do-hyuk's hideout, thanking him for caring for her. She says she will go away so she does not cause problems for Mone and Han-na. Do-hyuk and Ki-tak worry that K will get to her, so they rush to find her. At the same time, Mone leaves for a meeting with Chan-sung when she sees her mother lurking outside her house. She blames her mother for what happened since she made the call. Mone's mother looks at her daughter, drives away one last time, and leaves. During the meeting, Chan-sung asks Mone about her mother, and for the first time, Mone tells the truth about her fake identity and how she pushed her mother away to ensure she kept her luxurious life. In the process, we get a background into Mone's life before she became famous. Chan-sung is speechless after Mone pours out her heart to him, and he abruptly leaves. Consequently, K calls Mone's brother and sweet-talk him into believing he cares for his mother. He tells Mone's brother to call him when his mother calls, and K will help keep her safe. La-hui calls Mone to ask why Chan-sung left suddenly, and we see she has sent someone to monitor Mone. Mone's mother borrows a phone to call Kyung-soo, and he tells her to meet outside Kyung-soo's apartment. While she waits, Kyung-soo passes by with his girlfriend, Eugene, and pretends he does not know his mother when she criticizes her for being poor and shabby. However, after they get to the apartment, Kyung-soo asks for a beer and runs outside to look for his mother, who has already left. At the same time, Chung-soo finds her at the bus stop, gets her inside the car, and calls Kay, who sends him a location. Do-hyuk and Ki-tak are hysterically running around looking for Mone's mother. When Mone arrives home, she does not find Lah-hui and pricks her finger when removing the earrings. She worries about her mother and tries sending Do-hyuk a text asking him to see her mother. Meanwhile, Chung-soo takes his mother to the given location, and as instructed, he gives her a sleeping pill. Kay kills Chung-soo, making it look like a suicide, and paints his nails to look like Jun-suk. Soon after, Jin-mo, Myung-ji, Juran, and Chul-woo arrive, and Lah-hui instructs them to push the car into the cliff below. Chul-woo is supposed to fake the evidence to make it match Jun-suk. Do-hyuk heads out to the cliff to check the body and see who Kay killed this time. Ki-tak tries to stop him, but his mind is made up, so he follows him. Mone wakes up to the news that Jun-suk's latest victim is her mother, and she is shattered, unable to walk but just crawling and wailing outside in the rain. Do-hyuk gets a call from Medusa, and he is devastated because he realizes that the person knew what Matthew would do, but they never stopped him. Mone's brother, Kyung-soo, cries out for his mother in pain as he watches her be taken away, and Do-hyuk loses his cool when he sees Kay watching from above the cliff, laughing at the scene below. Ki-tak holds him back and tells him to remember that their mission is for Lee Wai-so. During the funeral, Kyung-soo causes a scene blaming his mother's death on Mone, who does not show up. He runs into Do-hyuk outside, who tells him that the person responsible for his mother and brother's death is Kay. During the commotion, Do-hyuk sends flowers to the wake and signs in as Lee Wai-so. Lah-hui silently applauds Do-hyuk's work on keeping Kay on his toes, but still wants him to remember that Lah-hui is also responsible for Demi's death. Han Mone is a shell of her former self as she is depressed and heartbroken with grief. She thinks about Lah-hui's words and wonders whether the one responsible for her mother's death is Lah-hui or Kay. Suddenly, she walks out of the house, but her pitiful state makes Do-hyuk want to step out and help her, but Chansung beats him to it. Mone faints in his arms, and he rushes her to the hospital. When she comes, Mone wants to rush to see her mother, but Chansung stops her. He hugs her passionately and asks her to use him as her puppet and try everything she wants. The next scene explains Chansung's interest in Mone. He knew her before becoming famous. Mon is making food delivery for her mother when some boys attack her, and he saves her. When she wants to pay him, he says he will collect the payment when she becomes famous. A few years later, Chansung sees Han Mone with Jun-suk at a hotel. In the final scene, Mone marries Chan-suk and vows that her life will be focused on killing GM Lah-hui. An extra scene after the credits shows that the woman found in the car is not Mone's mother because Lah-hui saved her and put an unclaimed female body in the car. The episode review. The episode explains the riddle of Chansung's role in the series, and we see that he also has a personal vendetta against Jun-suk. The only thing puzzling is how much he knows about the scenario in Season 1 and how far he is willing to go to expose Kay. The episode gives the villains behind Demi's death a background that makes the viewers feel they deserve a second chance. It brings about conflicting feelings, and Do-hyuk does a fantastic job portraying our feelings when he becomes humane and wants to comfort Mone. He gets emotional when he witnesses Jin-mo's interaction with Han-na. Do you think Do-hyuk will get soft and concentrate his revenge only on Kay? Do you think Jin-mo, Myung-ji, Juran, Chul-woo, Mone, and Lah-hui deserve a second chance?